Hello everyone, Nick and Brandon here from NBedits. Today we're going to be partnered up with Mystery Tackle Box and we're going to be showing you guys what you can expect to see in this month's ice fishing mystery tackle box and also give you some helpful tips to get you hooked up with some big fish. So let's check it out and see what's inside.
All right, let's see what we got in here. First, we have some Eagle One waxy style plastics. Second, we have some more plastics. These are from Big Bite Baits, the 1-inch ballsy. The third plastic is a Catchco Pro Series minnow plastic. Next, we have the Slab Daddy from Mr. Crappie. Here we have an assortment of spoons from Best Fishing Lures. The final lure is a jigging wrap style bait from Strike Pro. And lastly, you get 2 floating markers. So now that we've seen what's inside, let's take an in-depth look at how we'd fish every lure in here.
Alright, so we just got our first hole drilled here. We're going to be taking a look and seeing how all 3 of these plastics can be used and where we're going to be using them. First, what I have on is the Eagle One waxy type plastic. I've got it paired up with a tungsten jig right now that I received in one of our other mystery tackle boxes. Using a tungsten jig is really good when you've got a school of bluegills. It'll get you to the bottom extremely fast and you're not going to lose the attention of that school of fish. What I like to do is I like to drop my bait all the way down to the bottom and then raise it up about a foot. Then I like to give it a couple quick jigs. That should attract a lot of attention to your bait. If you've got a fish that's still hesitating to bite, continue to raise it up just a little bit until that fish is ready to strike. Now the other plastics that we're using, both represent more of a minnow presentation. This is a lot larger scale than the pink ones that we have. So if you've got a tough bite, I would start small, go with something with a lot of color to attract some attention, but stay on the smaller side. If you're chasing a giant, this is perfect for big bass, big crappie. You could even get into some walleye or northern with a size like this. Both of these plastics should hook you up with some big fish.
So behind me, we got 3 interesting spots on this lake. We got a weed edge, a flat, and then to the right of me, we got a rock bar. So that weed edge to the left is the first spot I would go if I was using that waxy style plastic Brandon showed you. The rock bar to the right of me would be the very first spot I would use those 2 other minnow style plastics. First, I would recommend using the smaller plastic just to get fish into your area. Once the fish are in your area, if you're not content with the size, that's when I would step up to that bigger style minnow plastic. That's when you're gonna start targeting those trophy sized perch, crappie, and possibly even walleye. Lastly, we're gonna talk about the flat. When fishing out there, I would use any 3 of those plastics. There you're gonna find schools of fish roaming the flat and a trophy fish possibly right behind them.
If you guys are still having trouble finding bigger fish in any of the 3 areas, try stepping up your jig instead of your plastic. Instead of using that tungsten jig like we were using earlier, I would step up into the Slab Daddy finesse style jig. This jig is not gonna get down to the bottom quickly as the tungsten jig, but it has a lot more bigger action that's gonna add to your bait.
So I got tied on that red and white spoon from the Best Lures. As you guys noticed, this is a different rod from the rod that Brandon was using. This is very important when you're using bigger size baits. So with the rod, we were using the small tungsten on. This is gonna be more of your finesse style panfish rod. It's got a really light tip and you're gonna see every bite, and it doesn't have nearly as much backbone, so you're gonna be able to run lighter line. So with this rod, on the other hand, you're gonna be able to run a lot heavier line. It's got a lot more backbone, so you're gonna be able to fight those bigger fish and you will have an advantage on them. With this style lure, we're gonna be fishing it pretty much the same way we do with panfish. You're gonna drop it all the way to the bottom, lift it up about a foot or 2 feet, give it a few big rips for attention, and then all you're gonna wanna do is just jiggle it on the spot. You're gonna see those fish come in, and if they're not grabbing it while doing that, you're gonna wanna do the same thing, kind of pull it away from them to make them chase it. And if that's still not working, pull your lure up, get a minnow or a minnow head, tip that, and that's just gonna add as more attractant to your lure to trigger that bite. With this style bait and the jig and wrap style bait, you're gonna be fishing the same areas and you're also gonna be fishing them with the same technique. Just remember, if you're not getting your bites with this or with this, always have live bait with you to tip it to just add a little bit more to the lures. Going back to those 3 places I talked about earlier in the video, you're gonna wanna be fishing this spoon and this jig and wrap style bait on those rock bars, drop offs, and even the flats.
Hopefully you guys learned something from these quick and easy tips to help you catch bigger and better fish. If you guys want more information, log on to the Mystery Tackle Box website. Unfortunately, ice fishing is coming to an end rather soon for most of us, but they've got plenty of stuff for open water and any types of fishing that you like to do. So log on to the website, see what they've got for you. Happy fishing from Mystery Tackle Box.